Hi guys, this is a redirect to my reaction to One Piece episodes 324, 338, and 339. So yes, I did react to episodes 324 because I know I missed it, so apologies, but I did react to it and it was an awesome and funny episode of how all of the previous secondary characters that we saw in previous arcs reacted to the bounties. But it was so sad because Robin had no hometown to see her bounty. I just felt so bad for Robin because everyone else at least has their hometown and like people that family and friends back home to like to keep informed. But Robin, she has no one now in terms of family, actual family. Like her home got destroyed, so no one got to see her bounty and be proud of her for it or something. Um, but it was nice to see all of the cameo appearances from um, Vivi, Cobra, Igaram, Dr. Kariha, um, uh, God, Queen's dad, and Zeph, all the chefs in Barati restaurant, seeing Sanji's picture. Oh my god, they laugh their heads off. I feel so bad for Sanji on this picture. And yeah, all the other characters. And then we saw, then after they left Water 7, uh, we got to see Brook, being introduced. Uh, and that was so funny. He had a very creepy introduction, and then he seems really funny. I really like his laugh. Like One Piece has these really quirky laughs, and his laugh I think is the best one so far. Like the way he laughs, like yo ho ho ho. So it's just so funny. Okay, so my thoughts on the Water 7 arc. I absolutely loved Water 7 slash Ennis Lobby arc. That is definitely the best arc that I've seen so far. I know I say best arc for like every arc apart from Skypiea because I wasn't that big of a fan of Skypiea to be honest. But Water 7 though, oh my god, it's just everything. Like firstly, Robin's backstory, even though they delayed that backstory so long, like I was just like, come on, can you just tell a black backstory now? Really want to know instead of it being mentioned like 1,000 times, without actually saying anything about it, which really annoyed me. But I really like the secondary characters, Paulie, Kokoro, Iceburg. We got introduced to Franky and absolutely love Franky. I think it's awesome apart from like his perverted side, but apart from his perverted fan service side, he's awesome. The amount of detail and thought he put into the Thousand Sunnies design, like oh my god, I can't believe he managed to come up with all of that. Like he included an aquarium, the mini Mary. We actually got to see the mini Mary, which is like an upgraded waiver for Nami to ride on, to drive, and it's so cool. And my heart still aches for Going Mary, but it's so nice to see her reincarnated in at least some form, by including like a little vehicle for Nami. So yeah, that was cool. And yeah, like he basically, the ship has this docking system where it's got 6 channels, so they all have different capabilities. Like one of them uh reveals the mini Mary, and the other one gives the ship a boost in like to drive forward, to sail forward, um in a really fast pace. So that was cool. That's how they escaped Water 7, because Garp, he threw a giant ass cannon bomb at the ship, but they managed to escape using that channel. So it's actually very useful that Franky included those capabilities, installed those capabilities in the Thousand Sunny, and we actually found out that Iceburg came up with the name for the ship, a Thousand Sunny Go, and yeah, that definitely describes the ship. And That's awesome. What else did I think of Watch 7? For once now, I do like a villain. I mean, I have my criticisms for Lucci, because I don't agree with his dark justice kind of view, but he is definitely the best villain that we've seen so far. Because I don't want to say this. Well, I guess it is criticism. I don't like any of the villains in One Piece. They're very one-dimensional in the sense that they're just evil for the sake of getting power or for money, and that's about it. We don't actually see any sympathetic side to them, like, because usually people become villains or criminals because they had a very rough childhood or rough backstory which made them corrupt in the first place, but we never saw any of that with any of these villains. um as far as I can remember anyway. I think the closest thing that we got to see that is from Buggy, because we did see some backstory a very long time ago, with Buggy and Shanks. But then again, I'm not a big fan of Buggy. But anyway, so I just thought the villains in this anime so far, I don't know any other future villains, and I can't say much about Blackbeard apart from him being extremely powerful and being an absolute traitor to Whitebeard. So I can't say anything about Blackbeard. We still yet to know more about him. But as far as the episodes I've reacted to, Lucci is definitely the most interesting one, though, and because he has some very interesting abilities, the Rokushiki abilities, and he's hot. He is very handsome for a psychopath. Um, he is a psychopath. He even killed at the age of 13. So messed up. Like, kills people just for stupid reasons, and he tries to justify it as like, this is for justice, this is for the world government. Like, fuck you, man. But anyway, um, but apart from that, like, he is very interesting, to me. Um, and you know what? Another thing that I like about Watch 7 and Sobi arc is that we got to see the plot twist of the CP9 revealing themselves as traitors. Oh my god, my whole mind blew. Like, I know I already like stated this, but like, that plot twist was just like one of the greatest moments in One Piece, because it was just absolute mindfuckery to see Lucci, Khalifa, Kaku, um, Luna all reveal themselves as traitors. It totally broke Paulie's heart because he actually worked with them for so many years, and then there's Franky's backstory, which was heartbreaking. Um, so yeah, a lot of heartbreaking backstories in this arc, and Water 7 is just the best location that we've seen so far. It just looks beautiful, and storyline was just amazing. Them trying their best, the Strawhat Pirates, to they even declared war on the world government just to save Robin. So it was just amazing, the whole journey. Um, a very long arc, but a very worthwhile arc. I enjoyed every second of it. So yeah, definitely the best arc that we've seen so far. If you include the Ennis Lobby part to the Watch 7 arc. So yeah. So, new arc, Thriller Bark. What are my first impressions? Well, it is creepy as hell that they now are in a ghost island, um, called Thriller Bark, as the arc's name is. So we got to see a bit. We got to find out a bit more about Brook's backstory, which was quite sad. Well, of course, most people's backstories are sad, but his one, I was quite crushed that his whole entire pirate crew got killed, and he got killed as well because he died and got turned into a living skeleton because he ate a devil fruit beforehand that gave him the ability of resurrection, but in the form of a living skeleton. So it's not really that much of a benefit. Like, yeah, you get to live, but you keep seeing other people die around you. So um I mean, he's not entirely immortal because he needs to make sure that he does not get into contact with sunlight, because if you get into contact with sunlight, you die basically. So that's really bad. So he had to refuse Luffy's offer to join the Strawhat Pirates, but he seems like a very funny guy and quite chill. Um, so yeah, that's my thoughts so far. What do you think of these episodes? Let me know and stay tuned for more.